Okay, what we got here is a Yale GLC 050, and it has a Vortic engine. So the complaint from the customer that it was just cranking, but it wasn't starting. It seems like it wanted to catch, but it couldn't really start. And so when I got here, cranked it, the first thing it did was backfire on me. Okay, but so I decided to look at timing. So it has spark, and from what the first tech said, it had fuel, and I verified that. Even putting in brake lean into the intake doesn't really make it start. So I have my pressure transducer also on cylinder number 3. It's just because it's easier for me to get to, and a sync probe. And so what we see here, right, the red trace is going to be my pressure inside while cranking. I reached about 106 psi, which is not really that bad, but it's not good either. Okay, the vacuum, the exhaust pocket is about 8 psi, which is about what, 16 inches of mercury. But what stuck out to me is the exhaust pocket. You see where the 180 degrees is at, and from the change of it, when you change the pressure, the change in pressure is where we assume that the exhaust valve opened. So right now that's just at 13 degrees before bottom dead. Now this is cranking. Now normally with cranking, the 180 I would normally see on this end right here after the hump rose to about atmospheric. Like for example, this sample right here is also from another engine, although this is from a Toyota, but it wouldn't be up too much because it's the same engine. It's not the same engine, but the same 4-cylinder, so the timing of the cam might vary a little bit. But you see on cranking right here where the 180 degrees is way past the rise in pressure, right, to atmospheric from opening up the exhaust valve. And then we go back to this here where the 180 is right here. Okay, so we've seen the in cylinder. So now I want to check where the cam crank, just to verify that I have a cam crank relationship problem. Okay, so this part that's hooked up to the cam sensor right here in the front. I'm hooked up with the red lead on the crank sensor right there. All right, and we did crank it up, and this is what I saw. All right, so let's count it. The blue is the cam, the red is going to be the crank. So this your sync. And so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19, and then the 20th is where we get the cam signal. Okay, so lucky enough I do have a reference from a working one from before. So this is the same engine. So from here we count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 is when you see a cam signal happening. So that is a verification for me that we have a problem with the timing as far as the cam and crank is concerned. So the next step is I'm gonna have them open up the front cover and see where the markers are at. So top dead on number 1. So you see here in the marker, that's where the cam should line up. Okay, where's the mirror? So looking at the cam, and yeah, I think we're like how many feet off? At least 3 teeth off, the way it's looking like. Okay, so what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna try to adjust the cam to line up there and then go from there. Okay, so we've gone on the bottom, right, because something felt weird to us when we were trying to time this, so we decided to take the belt off. And this is the crankshaft pulley right here. This is the spacer in the back of this, the gear that holds the belt. So right now, check this out. And it's still in. And I'm able to turn that crank independently of that shaft when I'm feeling. So I'm thinking what happened to this is the key already got sheared off. So it's barely holding. That's why when we're trying to run this, it's out of time. And because the crank would spin before it takes the belt, that would make sense that the cam now is going to be retarded. Alright, so I'm going to take this off and then we'll see what happened to that keyway. Or that key. So we managed to take the crank gear off. So this is the key. Right? No wonder it was shifting around. That's totally gone. And then we look at the inside of where the key rides. You see that right here where it dug in. So it shifted. Okay, because of the keyway. Now we're gonna have to look at that crankshaft though. Okay, inspecting it now. So that's the crankshaft. Take a video of this. So that's the crankshaft. You see where that keyway used to ride. And this is gonna need a new crankshaft, that's for sure. Alright, so until this crankshaft is fixed, or if the customer decides to fix this, then that's gonna be it for this video.